Maya felt a mix of excitement and nervousness as she looked out of the small window of her spaceship. Outside, she saw a strange new world glowing under the light of a big blue sun. This planet was very different from Earth, her home. The trees were tall and thin with leaves that shimmered like glass. The sky was a deep purple, and strange creatures flew and walked around, all looking very different from humans. Maya took a deep breath and tried to calm her racing heart. Today was her first day at a new school, but this was no ordinary school. It was a school for children from many different planets. Maya was the only human. She was a little girl, only 12 years old, with dark brown eyes and curly hair that bounced when she walked. She had left her family on Earth behind, hoping to find new friends and have exciting adventures on this distant planet. But deep inside, she felt alone. How would the other students treat her? Would they like her? Would, they be kind? She didn't know. When Maya arrived at the school, she saw that it was a huge building that looked like a castle made of shining metal. Aliens of all shapes and sizes were walking around the yard. Some had green skin, some had many eyes, and others had wings or tails. Maya felt her small body shrink a little under the stares of so many strange faces. She tried to smile and say hello, but most of the aliens only looked at her with curiosity or confusion. Her first class was held in a large room where students sat at floating desks. The teacher was a tall alien with soft blue skin and bright yellow eyes. He welcomed everyone warmly but soon moved on to lessons about space science and alien history. Maya tried her best to listen and learn, but she could feel the eyes of some classmates on her. Some whispered quietly, and when they thought she wasn't looking, they giggled or pointed at her. One group of aliens, bigger than the others, started to make fun of Maya. They called her Earthling and said she was strange because she didn't have wings or extra eyes. Maya's heart hurt. She wanted to say something, but the words got stuck in her throat. She felt invisible and different. For the first time, she wished she could disappear. During lunch, Maya sat alone on a bench under a glowing tree. The food looked strange, too. Small blue fruits that tasted sour and glowing drinks that bubbled in her cup. She missed her favorite foods from Earth like sandwiches and chocolate. As she ate quietly, some alien students walked past and laughed. One of them even knocked her tray, spilling her food on the ground. Maya didn't cry. Instead, she picked up her tray and wiped the mess with her sleeve. She told herself she had to be strong. After lunch, she tried to join a group playing a game she didn't understand. The rules were confusing, and she couldn't keep up with the fast moves. Some aliens looked annoyed and said she was slow and clumsy. Maya felt like giving up, but then she remembered why she had come here. She wanted to learn about this new world and make friends. She decided to try again tomorrow. At the end of the day, Maya walked home feeling tired and sad. She wondered if she would ever belong here. Her new home was beautiful, but lonely. She wished someone would understand her, someone who could see that inside this small human girl was a heart full of courage and dreams. That night, in her small room in a house shared with other families from different planets, Maya looked at the stars through her window. The stars looked the same as back on Earth, and for a moment, she felt connected to her family far away. She made a promise to herself. No matter how hard things got, she would not let the bullying stop her. She would find her place in this strange new world and show everyone that being different was something to be proud of. Maya didn't know it yet, but her story was just beginning. The challenges she faced were tough, but they would help her grow stronger. She was about to discover secrets about herself that would change her life and the lives of many others across the galaxy. The days after Maya's first day at the alien school were not easy. Every morning, she woke up hoping that things would be better, but they seemed to get worse. The group of alien students who had teased her the most began to treat her badly, on purpose. They whispered behind her back and laughed when she wasn't looking. Sometimes they blocked her way in the hall and made strange faces trying to scare her. Maya felt the weight of their cruelty, but she kept her head high. She wanted to be brave, even if it was very hard. One morning, Maya was walking to class when one of the bullies, a tall alien named Kiro with bright red skin and long claws, stepped in front of her. He sneered and said, "Why do you even try? Human? You don't belong here. You are too weak for this school." Maya's heart beat fast, but she didn't answer. She just looked at Kiro calmly and stepped around him. The other aliens laughed loudly. They thought Maya was strange for not fighting back or shouting. But Maya knew something very important. Fighting with words or hands wouldn't solve anything. She had to find another way. In class, Maya noticed that her alien classmates were very good at their special skills. Some could change colors like chameleons. Others could float in the air or create small lights with their hands. Maya felt a little jealous. She was just a normal human with no special powers. Or so she thought. One day, during a science lesson, the teacher asked the students to work in groups to build a small robot that could move and help with simple tasks. Maya was nervous because she didn't know if the others wanted to work with her. To her surprise, a kind alien named Lila, who had soft green skin and 3 eyes, asked Maya to join her group. "Come with me," Lila said gently. "We need your help." Maya smiled and joined Lila and 2 other students. They started working together, sharing ideas and helping each other. Maya used her knowledge from Earth about machines and programming. She showed the group how to connect wires and make the robot's arms move. Lila and the others watched carefully and learned from her. Slowly, Maya began to feel a little more confident. She realized that even if she didn't have wings or glowing eyes, she had skills that others could learn from. But not everyone was happy about this. Kiro and his friends saw Maya's group working happily. They felt jealous. They wanted to be the best, and now Maya was showing that she was smart too, so they started to plan how to make her life harder. 1. Afternoon. As Maya walked home from school, she noticed strange shadows following her. She quickened her pace, but the shadows got closer. Suddenly, the group of bullies appeared. They pushed Maya against a wall and laughed meanly. "You think you're better than us just because you know a few things?" Kiro said. "We will show you who is stronger here." Maya felt scared, but she did not scream or cry. Instead, she stood tall and said quietly, "I don't want to fight you. I just want to learn and be your friend." The bullies looked surprised. No one had spoken to them like this before. After a moment, they pushed her away and walked off, still grumbling. Maya was shaken, but she felt proud that she didn't lose. Her calm. That night, Maya sat in her room and thought about everything. She remembered stories her mother told her about heroes who faced many dangers but never gave up. She wondered if she could be like them. Maya had a secret she had never told anyone. Inside her, she carried a special power, one that was rare and very strong. It was a power she had learned to control since she was very young, but she kept it hidden because she didn't want to scare others. Maya knew that one day she might need to use this power to protect herself and others. But for now, she wanted to try to make friends the normal way, by kindness and patience. The next day at school, something unexpected happened. During a difficult lesson, a student from another class suddenly fell ill. The teachers were worried and didn't know what to do. Maya stepped forward and offered to help. She had learned first aid from Earth and quickly used her knowledge to calm the student and keep her safe until the medical team arrived. Her classmates watched in silence. Some of the bullies even stopped teasing her for a moment. Maya's kindness and courage started to change the way they saw her. Days passed, and Maya worked hard to prove herself. She helped with group projects, shared her stories about Earth, and listened carefully to others. Slowly, a few classmates began to smile at her and invite her to play during breaks. Maya felt a small spark of hope. But Maya still faced challenges. The bullies did not give up. Sometimes they whispered lies about her, saying she was pretending to be nice or that she had dangerous powers. Maya ignored them as best she could, but their words stung. One afternoon, Maya's class had a test about the history of different planets. She studied hard but still worried she might not do well. After the test, she saw Kiro and his friends laughing again. This time, they weren't teasing her directly, but Maya knew it was about her. Feeling tired and sad, Maya went to the quiet garden near the school. She sat under a tall tree with shining silver leaves and closed her eyes. She wished she could be strong enough to make the bullying stop. She wished she could tell everyone who she really was, a human with a special destiny, a protector of many worlds. Just then, a small, gentle voice called her name. It was Lila. She sat beside Maya and smiled kindly. "You're not alone," Lila said. "We see you, Maya. We know you are brave." Maya smiled back. For the first time, she felt that maybe, just maybe, she could belong here after all. The day of the big school event arrived. It was an important day where all the students showed their special skills and talents. The event was held in a large arena that looked like a shining star, with seats filled by students and teachers from many different planets. Everyone was excited, but also a little nervous. Maya felt her heart beat fast as she looked around. This was her chance to show who she really was, and maybe change how others saw her. The first part of the event was a series of challenges. Students had to use their powers or skills to solve problems and help others. Many aliens showed amazing abilities. Some flew high in the sky, while others created beautiful light patterns. Maya watched and felt a little afraid. She didn't have wings or glowing eyes. How could she compete? When it was Maya's turn, she stepped into the arena. The crowd was quiet. Some students whispered and laughed, doubting she could do anything special. Maya took a deep breath and closed her eyes for a moment. She remembered all the hard days, the teasing, and the times she had felt alone. But she also remembered the promise she made to herself, to be brave and never give up. Suddenly, an alarm sounded from one side of the arena. A huge machine that was part of the event started to break down. Sparks flew, and smoke filled the air. The teachers looked worried, and students stepped back. It seemed the machine was going to explode, and everyone was in danger. Without thinking twice, Maya ran toward the machine. She reached out her hands, and from deep inside, she called on the secret power she had kept hidden for so long. A bright light surrounded her fingers, and the sparks stopped flying. With calm and careful movements, Maya touched the machine and used her power to fix the broken parts. The smoke cleared, and the machine started working again. The crowd gasped in surprise. Many students and teachers stared at Maya in amazement. The bullies who had laughed at her were now speechless. They had never seen anything like this before. Maya's eyes shone with confidence as she stood tall in the middle of the arena. After the machine was fixed, the teachers came forward and thanked Maya. They said she had saved the day and shown great courage. The other students began to clap, and soon the whole arena was filled with cheers. Even the bullies had to admit that Maya was special. From that moment on, everything changed. Maya was no longer just the quiet human girl who was different. She was a hero. Students who had ignored or teased her started to come and talk to her. They asked questions about her powers and her life on Earth. Maya smiled and shared what she could, happy to make new friends. One of the bullies, Kiro, walked up to Maya. He looked nervous, but honest. "I'm sorry," he said quietly. "I didn't know you could do all that. You're stronger than I thought." Maya nodded. "Thank you," she said. "But strength isn't just about powers. It's about kindness and standing up for what is right." After the event, Maya's classmates asked her to join their groups for activities and games. She felt welcome for the first time since she arrived. The school seemed brighter, friendlier, and full of hope. But Maya also knew that being a hero meant more than just saving the day once. It meant helping others, teaching kindness, and showing that everyone, no matter where they come from, has value. That night, Maya looked at the stars from her window again. She felt proud and hopeful. She was still far from home, but now she knew she had a place here. She was ready to face whatever challenges came next, not just as a human girl, but as a galactic hero who could make a difference. After Maya's amazing act of bravery at the school event, things began to change around her. The students who had once ignored or bullied her started to look at her differently. They no longer saw just a human girl who was different from them. Instead, they saw someone brave and kind, a true hero. But this change was not easy for everyone. Some students still felt unsure, and a few were slow to accept her. Maya knew that gaining respect was just the beginning. Now, she had to help others understand why kindness and acceptance were important. At school, Maya began to use her new position to bring students together. She wanted everyone to feel welcome, no matter where they came from or what they looked like. She started small, by inviting classmates to work on projects together. She encouraged students to share their stories and learn about each other's worlds. Slowly, the walls of fear and misunderstanding began to break down. One day, Maya organized a culture day. She asked students to bring things from their home planets: food, clothes, music, and stories. The event was held in the school's main hall, which was decorated with colorful lights and banners. Students were excited to share their traditions and learn about others. Maya brought a small photo album of Earth, with pictures of forests, oceans, and animals. Many students had never seen anything like it before. As the day went on, Maya noticed something wonderful happening. The bullies, who had teased her before, were now smiling and laughing with the students they once ignored. They tasted new foods and tried on strange clothes. They listened carefully to stories about different cultures and traditions. It was clear that Maya's kindness and courage had helped change their hearts. One of the students, who had been especially mean to Maya, a tough alien named Jorak, came up to her during the event. He looked shy and said, "Maya, I'm sorry for how I treated you. I didn't understand before, but now I see how wrong I was." Maya smiled and said, "Thank you." "Jorak, it takes courage to say sorry." Maya's teachers also noticed the change. They praised her for her leadership and kindness. The principal invited Maya to speak to the whole school during an assembly. Standing in front of hundreds of students and teachers, Maya shared a simple message: "We are all different, and that is what makes us strong. When we accept and help each other, we can do great things together." Her words touched many hearts. Students from different planets began to form new friendships. Groups that never spoke before now worked and played together. The school became a place of peace and friendship. But Maya did not forget the lessons she had learned from being bullied. She knew that some students still struggled with accepting others who were different. So she started a club called Galactic Friends. The club was open to everyone who wanted to learn about kindness, respect, and helping others. Maya and her friends held meetings where they talked about feelings, shared stories, and planned activities to help students feel included. The club grew quickly, and soon many students joined. They worked together to stop bullying and support those who felt alone. Maya felt proud to see how her small idea was making a big difference. One afternoon, as Maya walked home from school, she saw a younger student sitting alone on a bench, looking sad. It was a new alien girl who had just arrived and didn't know anyone yet. Maya remembered how lonely she had felt on her first days. She sat down next to the girl and smiled warmly. "Hi, I'm Maya," she said. "Do you want to talk or maybe play a game with me?" The girl's eyes brightened and she nodded. Maya knew that sometimes just a little kindness could change someone's whole day. At home that night, Maya felt happy but also thoughtful. She knew that changing a school and a community was not easy, and it took time. But she believed in the power of kindness, courage, and friendship. She felt ready to face any challenges ahead. Deep inside, Maya also knew that her journey was far from over. There were still secrets about her true identity waiting to be shared, and she would need all her strength and friends to face what was coming next. But for now, she was proud of the small world she had helped build, a place where everyone could be themselves and feel safe. Maya looked up at the stars once again. She smiled, feeling the warmth of her new friends and the promise of many adventures ahead. She was no longer just a bullied human girl. She was a leader, a friend, and a true galactic hero in the making. Maya's story did not stay hidden within the walls of her school for long. News about the brave human girl who saved the school and brought different students together spread quickly across the planet. Stories were told by teachers, students, and even visitors from other worlds who came to see the girl with a heart full of courage. Maya's life had changed in ways she never imagined. With her growing reputation, Maya was invited to speak at many places beyond her school. She talked about her experiences, how it felt to be different, how she faced bullying, and how she learned to be strong. Her words inspired many young beings across the galaxy. They saw Maya as a symbol of hope, someone who showed that no matter where you come from or how different you are, you can make a difference. Despite the attention and praise, Maya stayed humble. She remembered the hard days when she felt alone and scared. She knew that many others still struggled with bullying and loneliness. So she worked even harder to reach out to those in need. Maya visited other schools, met with students, and helped start programs that taught kindness and respect. Her club, Galactic Friends, grew larger and became part of a bigger movement. Schools on other planets began to create similar clubs. The idea spread like stars shining across the dark sky, lighting up the galaxy with hope and friendship. At the same time, Maya's true identity as a galactic hero began to unfold. She was not just a human girl with a special power, she was part of a long line of protectors chosen to keep peace in the universe. This secret was known only to a few trusted friends and her family back on Earth. One day, a message arrived from a distant planet asking for help. There was trouble, and only someone with Maya's unique skills and courage could solve the problem. Maya knew it was time to step into her full role as a galactic hero. With the support of her friends and teachers, Maya prepared for a new journey. She felt a mix of excitement and responsibility. The path ahead was unknown and full of challenges, but Maya was ready. She had learned so much about friendship, kindness, and courage. These lessons would guide her wherever she went. Before leaving, Maya stood in front of her school one last time. Students gathered around, cheering and waving. Maya smiled, feeling their love and support. She promised to come back and share stories of her adventures. As Maya traveled through the stars, she helped bring peace to planets in need. She solved problems, healed wounds, and showed everyone that true strength comes from the heart. Maya's journey inspired many, proving that even one person can change the universe. Back home, Maya's school continued to grow as a place of friendship and acceptance. The students remembered Maya not just as a hero who saved the day, but as a girl who taught them to be kind and brave. Maya's story became a legend told for generations. It reminded everyone that being different is a gift, and with courage and kindness, anyone can become a hero. And so, the human girl who was once bullied by alien classmates became a shining light across the galaxy, a true galactic hero who showed the power of friendship, hope, and believing in oneself.